Ankhesenamun, queen of the two lands, darkness, then soft golden light glimmers on the Nile at dawn, a distant voice, ancient and solemn, echoes over rippling water. Her name was nearly lost to time, but her story lives still, carried on desert winds and whispered in moonlit temples. Her name is carved in faded hieroglyphs that crumble only to be reborn in fire. The flames reveal visions of battlefields, ritual altars, and a queen wielding light. In an age of gods and kings, the queen rose from the ashes of a fractured empire. We see flashes of Ankhesenamun's life, a child staring at stars, a teenage queen beside Tutankhamun, a warrior in gold armor. The film opens in the sacred city of Ankhesenamun. Her mother, Queen Nefertiti, elegant and commanding, oversees court rituals designed to empower Aten's image. He has forsaken all the old gods in favor of Aten, the sun disk. You must not delve where the gods have closed doors. Power that is not balanced by Mat will destroy everything. The young princess senses the unrest, but is drawn to something deeper, an internal calling. She enters the ancient crypt beneath Ankhesenamun, where scrolls of Seshat speak of stars, spells, and visions. She defends herself using a basic flame sigil, burning one attacker. Sandan is both terrified and exhilarated. Despite initial awkwardness, they connect deeply. Ankhesenamun shares her vision of a new Egypt, not Aten or Amen, but harmony. Her magic is real, dangerous, but real. She communes with sacred glyphs glowing faintly by torchlight. One scroll whispers of an obsidian sentinel, a forgotten guardian said to protect the bloodline of the gods. She learns healing, chants, stargazing, and minor spells, unaware that her father's advisor, and a cunning priest of shadow, is watching her through enchanted mirrors. A falcon soars above her. It is a sign. One night, rebels try to assassinate the royal family. She negotiates grain imports from Nubia and uses her healing arts to treat plagues among workers. A plague hits Thebes hard. She ventures into the streets in disguise, healing with herbs and light incantations, risking her life. Shocked, Ankhesenamun begins organizing food and medicine drives, using royal funds against the advice of Ankhesenamun helps her siblings escape through the secret garden tunnels, while guards fight and die. Her bravery is praised. Temples of Amun lie abandoned. Statues of Osiris out of priests in Thebes whisper of treason. A mysterious black-robed visitor appears in the court, later revealed as a Hittite spy. Ankhesenamun and Tutankhamun ascend the throne as Ankhesenamun. The air is thick with incense and expectation. A sandstorm nearly derails their arrival, but Ankhesenamun stands tall, holding an Aten relic that calms the wind. Ankhesenamun is 10 years old. She watches as her father gazes into the sun, arms spread in prayer. Nefertiti teaches her daughters royal customs, foreign tongues, music, and diplomacy. But she sets Ankhesenamun apart, training her in leadership in the ancient spiritual arts privately in the house of Seshat, goddess of wisdom. There, Ankhesenamun sees her first vision, a burning throne and a lioness guarding it. Akhenaten's policies strain the empire. Grain shipments falter. Ambassadors grow nervous. In secret, Ankhesenamun slips away from her guards at night. Nefertiti confronts her. Nefertiti, Ankhesenamun responds, "Then I will become the balance." She continues her secret studies. One day, Ankhesenamun is attacked by bandits on a river barge, returning from a temple ceremony. By age 12, Ankhesenamun is betrothed to her half-brother Tutankhamun, a quiet boy of 9 with dreams of reviving the old balance. Tut shares stories of temple life and dreams of peace. One day, they sneak out to a festival in disguise. They witness poverty, disease, and suffering firsthand. On the eve of their coronation as co-regents, she secretly invokes Mat in a starlit ritual. Together, they begin to shift Egypt back toward balance, slowly reopening temples of Amun and winning favor with the priesthood. With Akhenaten's death, chaos surges. His body lies in an undecorated tomb, Aten's name scraped from records. They leave Ankhesenamun and travel to Thebes, welcomed by the people who hope the gods have returned. The palace buzzes with gold and politics. General Horemheb, stern and loyal to the military, and I, ancient and manipulative, press the young couple. Ankhesenamun shines in court. She speaks 5 languages, plays the harp, and commands attention. I build a secret cabal, reviving band rights to Set, god of chaos. He seeks to rule Egypt through manipulation and fear. He begins blood rituals under the old pyramids. During one ritual, he summons a jackal-headed shadow demon, binding it to protect his interests. Ankhesenamun uncovers his scrolls, but revealing them would destabilize Tut's rule. She plays a delicate game, smiling in court, plotting in secret. In sacred ceremonies, she enhances her vision and learns to call upon the elements air and flame, responding to her voice. One night, she's attacked in her chamber by one of I's assassins. She defeats him with a glowing palm sigil that burns hieroglyphs into the walls. She forms a secret guard of priestesses and temple warriors loyal to her. They burn villages and desecrate shrines. Horemheb leads the army, but he underestimates the threat. She accuses I, but he has already declared himself regent. She fights beside wounded warriors, using sword and spell. Nomads from the Sinai, sensing weakness, breach Egypt's eastern borders. Disguised as a soldier, on the fields of Seth, the sands turn red. I's dagger is found at the scene. His body is found surrounded by scorched sand, and Ankhesenamun realizes I used dark magic to destroy him. She wears a crown of thorns beneath her golden wand. A brutal sequence follows, hand-to-hand combat, fire raining from siege towers, and a chariot duel, where Ankhesenamun flips from a burning vehicle to land atop her enemy's chariot and slay him. In a stunning display of magical fury, she invokes the Eye of Ra, her sword burning with blue fire. She slays the warlord and becomes a legend. I tries to claim her. She stabs his hand with a ceremonial blade. The people call her the Lioness of Mat, but behind the cheers, I prepares his next move. In truth, she returns to Akhenaten, now ruins, and awakens the ancient library of There, she communes with the spirit of her mother, who warns her of the final battle. The people chant her name. Scrolls are burned, I's statues are toppled. The obsidian sentinel cuts through enemies with divine force. Temple guardians clash with shadow beasts. Within days, he dies, some say poisoned. Ankhesenamun mourns in black linen, performing the ancient rites alone. She resurrects him in a ritual beneath a lunar eclipse. Later, she sneaks away and begins forging alliances in the old temples. Lightning arcs, their blades clash in a magical storm. Tutankhamun, frail and often ill, collapses after a temple festival. She strikes the final blow as lightning strikes the pillar of Set. Two stillborn daughters are buried with him. Her grief turns to fury. The room shatters around her. She banishes the beast with a scream of light and incinerates I, whose soul is ripped into the duet. The gods are silent, but the shadows whisper. Ankhesenamun, barely 21, is surrounded by jackals. She secretly sends a scroll to the Hittite king. My husband is dead. I have no son. Send me one of your sons to marry. I shall make him king of Egypt. A prince is sent, but before he reaches Memphis, he is murdered in the desert. To consolidate power, I crowns himself pharaoh and forces Ankhesenamun to marry him. The wedding is silent. On their wedding night, she burns incense and recites a protection spell. You may have the crown, but not my soul. He blinks. She smiles. Ankhesenamun vanishes from court. Rumors say she is dead. She unlocks the secret of the Obsidian Sentinel, a warrior forged of spellfire and onyx, loyal only to her bloodline. She returns to Thebes in secret, rallies her temple allies, and stirs revolt in the streets. I sends his army. Ankhesenamun leads hers. In the Battle of Karnak, temples burn and sky cracks open. Horemheb, now I is general, duels Ankhesenamun atop the temple stairs. With spell and blade, she defeats him, offering mercy, which he refuses. She faces I in the throne room. He summons she calls upon Nat and the Eye of Ra. The battle is fierce, mythic. Egypt is free, but the cost is heavy. Ankhesenamun vanishes. Some say she was killed. Others say she fled to Nubia. Some believe she became a spirit guardian of Egypt. Centuries later, tomb robbers break into a hidden crypt in the Valley of the Kings. They find a statue of a lion. At its base, a scroll reads, I am Ankhesenamun, queen of the two lands, beloved of the gods, daughter of magic, keeper of Mat, fade to black, a whisper. The desert remembers.